Αμέσως του προτείναμε να έρθει στη Ρόδο για να κάνει ένα σεμινάριο για όσους ασχολούνται με τον χώρο του τουρισμού, κυρίως τους ξενοδοχούς, τους ξενοδοχοπαλλήλους, γιατί θεωρούμε ότι ξέρουμε ότι το TripAdvisor είναι ένα πάρα πολύ σημαντικό εργαλείο για εσάς. Και ακριβώς και ο Τσάντ είπε ότι καλό θα ήταν να έρθει να σας ενημερώσει για τις πολιτικές, για τις τεχνικές που έχει το συγκεκριμένο ιστότοπος, προκειμένου να σας εξυπηρετήσει ακόμα περισσότερο στο έργο σας. Εντάχει να σας πω ότι για το TripAdvisor δεν θα πω τίποτα, γιατί φαντάζομαι ότι και τα ξέρετε, αλλά θα τα πει και ο Τσάτ για να μην χάνουμε χρόνο. Να σας δώσω λίγο το βιογραφικό του Τσάτ. Ο Τσάτ Schreiber λοιπόν είναι ο ανώτερος εκτελεστικός διευθυντής πωλήσεων DMO TripAdvisor στο Λονδίνο. Οι ευθύνες της ομάδας διαχείρισης προορισμού του TripAdvisor περιλαμβάνουν τη συνεργασία και την ανάπτυξη σχέσεων με φορείς του τουρισμού σε όλη την Ευρώπη, τη Μέση Ανατολή και την Αφρική, δηλαδή στην ομάδα που βρίσκεται ο Τσάτ. Η ομάδα αυτή δημιουργεί κατά παραγγελία ευκαιρίες marketing στις ιστοσελίδες του ομίλου TripAdvisor, καθώς και την παροχή συμβουλών σε τουριστικούς φορείς για το πώς να αξιοποιήσουν καλύτερα τα εργαλεία και την εφαρμογή Web 2.0 ως εργαλείο marketing ταξιδιού. Ο Τσάρ εντάχθηκε στο TripAdvisor με ένα ισχυρό υπόβαθρο στη διαχείριση προορισμών, αφού είχε δουλέψει στον Ιαπωνικό Εθνικό Οργανισμό Τουρισμού και έχει μια μακρά εμπειρία στον κλάδο των ταξιδιών και του τουρισμού. Έχει ζήσει στο Λονδίνο 11 χρόνια, προηγουμένως στις ΗΠΑ, στην Ιαπωνία και έχει μάστερ από τη Σχολή Ανατολικών και Αφρικανικών Σπουδών από το Πανεπιστήμιο του Λονδίνου. Θα πρέπει να σας πω ότι και εμείς ως περιφέρεια έχουμε ήδη αναθέσει στο TripAdvisor να κάνουμε προβολή του προορισμού Νοτιού Αιγαίου, προκειμένου να βοηθήσουμε ακόμα περισσότερο. Οπότε αυτό, αν θέλετε, ήταν έτσι και κινητήριος δύναμη για να δώσουμε στο TripAdvisor και μία έτσι, το τυράκι, να το πω έτσι διακριτικά, αυτό η μετάφραση το λέει, προκειμένου να είναι πιο κοντά μας. Γιατί ξέρετε ότι το ένα χέρι είναι βιτάλο. Λοιπόν, θα ήθελα να ευχαριστήσω τον πρόεδρο της Ένωσης Ξενοδόχων για το γεγονός ότι αμέσως πραγματικά αποδέχτηκε την πρόταση συνεργασίας και γι' αυτό κάνουμε σήμερα αυτή την όμορφη εκδήλωση και ζητούμε συγγνώμη για όσους στέκεστε όρθιοι. Τα παιδιά κατεβάζουν καρέκλες, αλλά δεν ξέρω αν θα φτάσουν για τόσους πολλούς. Δεν περιμέναμε ολοκληρωμένως τέτοια συμμετοχή. Είναι θετικό μεν, αλλά σίγουρα δεν είναι ωραίο για εσάς που στέκεστε. Παρ' όλα αυτά ζητούμε συγγνώμη και την κατανόησή σας και θα ήθελα να δώσω το λόγο στον πρόεδρο της Ένωσης Ξενοδόχων για ένα σύντομο χειρισμό από μέρους του, αν θέλει ο κ. Φαλάς, και μετά να δώσουμε το λόγο στο chat και να τον ευχαριστήσουμε για το ότι είναι σήμερα κοντά μας.
Για την Περιφέρεια Τουρισμού, κυρίες και κύριοι, αισθανόμαστε νέοι. Βέβαια, σήμερα το ακροατήριο έχει πολύ νεότερους, αλλά εμείς ακόμα αισθανόμαστε νέοι, παρά το γεγονός ότι για πολλά χρόνια έχει μπει το Ιντερνετ στη ζωή μας. Και πάρα πολλά χρόνια τα social media αποτελούν πρώτης της σημασίας θέμα το πώς κλείνουμε τα δωμάτια μας, πώς πουλάμε το προϊόν μας, πώς γεμίζουμε το νησί μας, πώς εκμεταλλευόμαστε τις ομορφιές του, εν πάση περιπτώσει πώς αξιοποιούμε τις περιουσίες μας και τον κόπο μας. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ την Περιφέρεια Νοτιού Αιγαίου που από την πρώτη στιγμή έχει ρίξει άοπνες προσπάθειες, έχει επιδείξει άοπνες προσπάθειες προς την κατεύθυνση να μας φέρει κοντύτερα με την πλευρά όχι τη δική μας, όχι με την άποψή μας, όχι με αυτό που εμείς ευλογούμε τα γένια μας, αλλά με την πλευρά των πολιτών μας. Ο TripAdvisor, κ. Τσάρλ Σάιβερ, ένας ειδικός, ένας πολύ μεγάλος οργανισμός. Καταλαβαίνετε ότι 260-270 εκατομμύρια μέλη, ενεργά μέλη στο TripAdvisor δεν είναι ένα νούμερο το οποίο μπορεί κανένας να αφήσει και να μην το σκέφτεται σοβαρά. Είμαστε εδώ να ακούσουμε. Σας ευχαριστώ που είστε εδώ. Καλή συνέχεια. Καλά συμπεράσματα. Ευχαριστώ.
So, chat. Now the speech.
Thank you very much. That's the first time I've heard my CV in Greek, so I feel very important now. Thanks very much to Mrs. Fitlaki for organising this. And the Hotel Association of Rhodes. I would butcher that name if I tried to say. Really appreciate the opportunity to come and speak to everybody from the industry in Rhodos. It's a fantastic turnout. I'm sorry that some of you are standing. As I was introduced, my name is Chad Shiver. I work with TripAdvisor on the DMO team, so that's with Destination Marketing Organizations. So I work with regional, city, and national tour sports. Today, I'd really like to speak to you with an overview of TripAdvisor as a marketing tool, our website, our audience, and how we operate. Where Greece sits in TripAdvisor in terms of content for the country as a whole and for the region and the island. And then lastly, and probably most importantly for you, I would like to talk about the free ways that you can maximize your presence on TripAdvisor and how that means a difference for your bottom line. Right, so now that I've shown you why you should care about your online reputation, I thought I'd tell you about TripAdvisor, which is the world's largest review site for travel. At the moment, as was said earlier, we have more than 260 million unique visitors every month worldwide. And our user base is very dedicated to our site. They come to share experiences all the time. At the moment, we're getting more than 80 contributions per minute from our users. That's in the form of reviews, forum posts, photos, responses to reviews, all sorts of things. We have 3.7 million businesses listed on the site at the moment, and 17 million user-generated photos. We now have just hit a milestone. We had 150 million reviews as of last month. And we're on track to hit 175 million within the next quarter. Our members and our content are growing, as you can see, at a fantastic pace. Our members have doubled in the last 2 years, and the content is doubling every year and a half or so. In terms of our scope, we have 36 national sites that are localized in language and currency. This map is actually a bit outdated as of 2 weeks ago. We just launched sites in South Africa. Right, so now that I've shown you why you should care about your online reputation, I thought I'd tell you about TripAdvisor, which is the world's largest review site for travel. At the moment, as was said earlier, we have more than 260 million unique visitors every month worldwide. And our user base is very dedicated to our site. They come to share experiences all the time. At the moment, we're getting more than 80 contributions per minute from our users. That's in the form of reviews, forum posts, photos, responses to reviews, all sorts of things. We have 3.7 million businesses listed on the site at the moment, and 17 million user-generated photos. We now have just hit a milestone. We had 150 million reviews as of last month, and we're on track to hit 175 million within the next quarter. Our members and our content are growing, as you can see, at a fantastic pace. Our members have doubled in the last 2 years, and the content is doubling every year and a half or so. In terms of our scope, we have 36 national sites that are localized in language and currency. This map is actually a bit outdated as of 2 weeks ago. We just launched sites in South Africa and the Philippines. Fantastic for a destination like Rhodes, because those are your short-haul travelers, the ones that you can influence very quickly. You only have to reach them maybe 6 weeks out in the planning cycle. In terms of our demographics, our users are very upmarket, so they sit within the top percentile of earnings, and demographically, by age, they sit in the area that you want to market to, so between 25 and 54. Gender split is pretty even, a little bit heavily female. And how do they use us? So our users, like I said, they come to us at different stages throughout the planning cycle. So they come for inspiration. When they don't know where they want to go on holiday, they come, they say, I want a Mediterranean holiday, and they're researching on our site where to go. They come back to plan and book, so they research hotels, they research accommodation, bed and breakfast, and then they'll book their flights, they'll book their accommodation. They then bring us back while they're on the trip, so they come with their phones, with their tablets, they're researching hotels, they're researching things to do, looking at local tour guides, and then they go back home after their holiday, and they're sharing their experiences. So they're writing reviews, they're uploading photos, and they're inspiring that next set of travelers, whether they're from their friend circle on TripAdvisor, connected through Facebook, or whether it's just through everybody else on the site reading those reviews. So our reviews are overwhelmingly positive. A lot of people are afraid that TripAdvisor is a sounding board for negative experience. But if you look at the actual split in the ratings, our average review score is 4.12 out of 5. And what we consider a positive review, which is 3 bubbles up to 5, is accounting for about 88% of the total reviews on the site. So our users overwhelmingly come to share positive experiences. They want to brag. People want to show off about their holiday. They don't want to tell people that they've made bad decisions. Globally, half of travelers globally reference TripAdvisor reviews before booking a hotel. 80% of our users read at least 6 to 12 reviews before they make a decision, and they're most likely to focus on recent reviews to get the freshest perspective. 80% of our users feel that TripAdvisor reviews help them feel more confident in their decisions and have a better trip. And 98% of our users feel that the reviews that they've seen on the site are representative of the experience that they've had when they actually went on holiday. And having this is very key for us, because if our users come to the site and they read reviews that they think they aren't accurate, or they might not be exactly what is happening in that property, we lose our business. So making sure that these are accurate and real is of paramount importance to us. I mentioned mobile. Our users are overwhelmingly shifting from desktop to mobile. We had fantastic performance in Q3 of last year, so we had 108 million unique monthly visitors on mobile. That's either phone or tablet, and that was 175% growth year on year. We now have localized city guides and TripAdvisor apps in 20 languages, almost 70 million downloads, and 82 city guides. Right, so that's a general overview of TripAdvisor as a site. Here is where Greece sits. So as you can see, Greece has an amazing presence on TripAdvisor. We have almost 7,000 hotels, 5,000 B&Bs, 7,000 holiday rentals. So this holiday rental figure increased 15% just in the last 3 months, which is fantastic growth. 13,500 restaurants and 131,000 forum posts. Having this kind of content is really key in trying to convince our user to come to Greece instead of going to Turkey or instead of going to Spain, because they come onto TripAdvisor and they see, right, there's tons for me to do in the destination, there's a lot for me to research within, and that's how they actually end up making their decision process work. We did a bit of research in 2012 to find out exactly how our users are interacting with that content to pick a destination. Some people have the impression that people only come to TripAdvisor to research a hotel. They've already decided where to go, and they just want to know where to stay. That actually turned out not to be true. 76% of our users came to us with a general region in mind, so they may have been thinking about the Mediterranean. 75% then compare those destinations, so they're looking at reviews in Greece, they're looking at reviews in Spain, they're looking at reviews in Turkey. And 40% of our users have actually booked a different destination than the one they originally came to research. So this is where you, as the Regional Hotel Association, as the South Aegean Tourist Board, have the real opportunity to sway that decision process. So you get the story for the destination out in front of the user and actually give them a compelling case to pick Rhodes instead of going to an island in Spain, for example.